Disclaimer. The content review was made in chronological order, from First Walpurgis Night to the last one, full stop office. Identities and EGOs are graded with opportunity cost in mind and their involvement in the corresponding team. Their visual appearances are not in the way of grading, however, I encourage you to get what you personally want and play for your fun. This is what games are for. Don't let some meta bullshit get in the way of your fun. Note that priority of getting an ID can change depending on what team composition you are running. Identities are rated first, EGO skills after, but both will be included in the same tier list because of universal currencies such as boxes. Rergret Faust was the core unit of Tremor team for a while now. Great unit to have. Not only she does a lot of count application, potency application, single target and AoE damage, coin power down, nice AoE bursts and damage on skill free, but she is also Faust. A Faust. And that means you will have access to Fluid Suck and Everlasting in your Tremor team as a bonus. Her rolls are still to this day not that bad, unlike some other Season 2 identities. The only concern I have is that she's so old that just might be replaced by newer Faust Tremor ID pretty soon. That would mean that your resources will be wasted. But there is no confirmation to it, and I personally do not believe this, so A tier. Hook Office Hanglu has only one saving grace for him, is that he can be acquired for only 150 shards, and he is also easy pullable with just rolls. He does not apply that much of bleed count, 1, yet he has a lot of potency application when speed conditions are met. He has a nice dodge, and with the amount of speed he usually has, Hanglu may be a prehistoric iteration of a dodge tank. He doesn't have much of a damage nowadays, even on his skill 3, and his support passive is not that good as well. C tier, outdated. Magic Bullet Outis is the only one identity in the game that can apply Dark Flame, that allows burn status to leap beyond its 99 damage cap per turn. Damage of Dark Flame is dealt in burn potency times Dark Flame count, maximum 7 in Pride. It is almost 1400 additional damage on 2x Pride fragile enemy. She has a nice clash power on all of her skills, even on skill 1, and has a nice stat checker on her skill 3 for mirror dance checks. But the main disadvantage of hers is that she does not apply any burn at all, excluding that skill 2, while her own damage fully relies on the amount of burn on target. And she is also Burn Walpurgis Night ID. Why is it bad? Because down office Sinclair exists, and no matter circumstances, this guy will fuck hard. Magic Bullet Outis is damage amplifier, but not a core unit of Burn. A tier. She is really nice to have, but she is not must-have unit for Burn team. Lantern Don Quixote is a good old backbone of Rapture team, and she is still used to this day. Rapture struggles with count a lot, that's not a secret, and Don has a lot of count on all of her skills. Has access to the EGO, which also helps with count, her skill 3 is Gloom, and thus has a synergy with Gregor's AEDD, which applies +1 count on Gloom attack hit, and she is also a self-sustained tank. All of this at cost of 150 shards. It's true that her rolls are kinda small if we're talking about today, and there is also Queen of Hatred ID that's coming out, but she is charged and not Rapture. High A tier, great unit to have in your Rapture team at the cheap price. Down office Sinclair is ultimate soldier of Burn and its savior. Burn score unit or Fire Fist Gregor on steroids before he was even released. He has everything that Burn ID would need. High base damage, high rolls and clash power, skill 3-2 for hard clashes, 6 count on 3 targets along with the damage and insane potency application. All of this in one gift of an ID. Downside, he needs to manage his SP to do all of this, since his empowered form eats it more and more with each turn. But with Liu Yisang, it's not a problem at all. You may also add Cromer Faust and little brother Meursalt to it, and it's solved. Easily S tier, must have for burn. Solemn Lament Yisang is a great replacement of old Spicebush Yisang in a sinking team. Please do not believe all of this that will defend Spicebush's relevancy today as a functional member of sinking team. He is not, and he will never be since Solemn Lament's release. Anyway, Solemn Lament is a bearer of Butterfly's effect, which allows your sinking team deal some real damage against human enemies with SP. That's the main thing, above having small SP regen from the living and high additional damage from the departed on hit. He eats sinking count just a little, has high burst damage and high clashing power. Not much, not as much as Down of his Sinclair, but human damage for sinking team is already solving sinking's main weak point, so don't get too whiny, he's very strong. S tier, core sinking unit. When talking about Red Eyes Ryoshu, I will be completely biased only once and only with this one, and I have no shame whatsoever. I absolutely adore all of these lore references to Lobotomy Corporation, especially on this tense poseman. It is brilliant because it just resembles energy of a certain someone so damn well. Not only that, but Ryoshu also has a visual change with charge, and her abilities names has such a nice charm to it, because Ego of Abnormalities has a lasting effect on a user's personality, it's just so good. Not only that, but she's also strong by herself as a blunt generalist, having such an insane SP HP heal without any hard requirements whatsoever. A portable fluid suck if you resonate your things well. Also has a shield every turn, helping to negate all of these red coins Kim Ji-hoon throwing at us. It just out of 10. And I'm biased. Full Stop Office, Honglu and Heathcliff are two soldiers so fine. Came out together in the same day and will probably die together in the same day as well. Currently, Full Stop Office units are simply the best all-rounders in the game, who can just punch through any type of content no matter what resist they even up against. Completely insane damage output, not only in Mirror Dungeon but also in general content as well. Although, I must say that without Heathcliff, Honglu is not complete as an identity, whereas Heathcliff can be standalone. A part of Honglu's damage comes into play as soon as Heathcliff leaves the field. It happens when Heathcliff runs out of ammo, and it doesn't happen very often because all the enemies are already dead. And in the same time, Honglu boosts Heathcliff damage in one turn because of headshot procs on Hongler's skill 2 and 3. Their combined output of damage is just insane, and their main source of damage in Poise team. Heathcliff alone deals 45% of Poise team every type of level. Combine this with high unconditional rolls, self-sustained Poise, Giga damage and Pride dodge on both of them. Just get Heathcliff first and Honglu second. S+ tier, although I must say that Honglu is just an A without Heathcliff. Now for Rigas. The first one on the list is Rergret Meursalt. It's pretty underwhelming Giga, but its effect, but wow, this passive is so good. This is one of these rare care scenarios when you use Igas for its passive, but 2-coin power was such a funny oversight in Season 2. Not in Talisman Sinclair way, in a fun one, don't get me wrong. 2-coin power is not really much damage-wise, but sure it is great as clashing amplifier, especially on his most commonly used IDs. S+ tier negates Chains of Others debuff and provides clashing power buff on all of his IDs. I did some research on Wingbeat Ishmael because I myself did not get any further third coin roll even once since I got her on release date. Well, not only she can do massive damage, but also gradually heal up herself and someone to full, while having a passive that is also very epic to say the least. All of this on EGO with low basic roll, so you using it in one-sided way, usually on a staggered target. B tier, it is good, but there are better options present. Sanguine Desire Rodion is the backbone of bleed setup on singular enemy, usually the boss one. The sole purpose of this EGO is to set up bleed count in one turn and then sustain it with additional usages when needed. Roll is high, yes, but you're not taking it for damage. You're taking this EGO to set up bleed count on bosses. A tier makes it much easier to set up bleed count on bosses. Say hello to 830. Solemn Lament Gregor is close to the Wingbeat. It's not a clashing EGO, but one-sided one. And just like Wingbeat, the damage can ramp up to really funny numbers. But this one is oriented on AoE, and some butterflies setup as well. But unlike Wingbeat, corrupted version of the skill is very usable for massive butterfly setup and some sinking. B tier, nice EGO but weaker outside of sinking and not really a game changer, same as Rergret on Sanguine Desire and also opportunity cost. Magic Bullet Outis, EGO, and this one is more situational than the others. You need to understand that to fully utilize the EGO's effects, you need Outis to be played in Burn team, since it is Burn reliant EGO. There is only one Burn ID on Outis in the game, Magic Bullet Outis, and only Magic Bullet Outis can fully leverage from gaining bullets, applying all of this burn, and all the trash with all the trash. But the problem is that Magic Bullet Outis is Walpurgis Night ID. That means, of course, that you need to get her during the thin time gate, alongside with the EGO itself. It would be fine if it wasn't so expensive. And the main thing is that this EGO on her is luxurious overkill. It sure makes her better, but even without Magic Bullet EGO, Outis will be fine. Considering the fact that most of the players who will watch this video don't have every resource in the world and million boxes in their stash, there are simply better things to get, logic-wise. C tier, it is great EGO, it is really great EGO, but as I stated earlier, it is luxurious overkill. Remember opportunity cost as well. That's the entire tier list. Please, once again, look at what you want to get, and don't be so obsessed with meta. It's just a game, play for fun. Pragmatic-wise, look at what your team needs to have, and shard accordingly. This tier list is but a general priority, and it will change depending on what team composition you are playing. I'm planning to make more educational informational content in the nearest future, both on Limbus Company and Library of Rodion. So if you want to see more of this kind of content, please support the channel. Good luck with your pulls, guys, and I will see you on the next one.